Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new season of the Ironman League. Today we are racing around Monza and haven't done a lot of laps competitively around here. I think neither has anyone else on the grid, to be honest. Of course, Monza wasn't on the PSGL or WR calendar, so this is a bit of a new track to everyone on this game at least. So setups are not going to be ideal for everyone. That's the main issue, setups. And yeah, as you can hear me say, let's invalidate here on purpose. And that's because, as per usual, we're going to be starting from last place to make it a bit more fun. And yeah, this season we will actually be competing in the championship as well. Past season, the few races we did, we were not competing for the championship because we joined too late. So as you can see there, another wet to dry to wet race, and then maybe dry in the end again. But we'll have to wait and see for that. We're going to be starting on the wets. Might see some people starting on the inters.
I don't want to do a boring inter. We're going full wets.
Yeah, there might be some people on the inters as well. Actually, a lot of people on the inters, as you can see there. My teammate Danny Bresnay on the right has disconnected from the session as we drive through him actually right there as he was ghosted. And into turn 1 you can see we got a lot more grip of the line, so the wets
someone went bowling in turn 1
are the right decision at the moment. And as you can hear me say, someone went bowling into turn 1 as I'm trying to find this cheeky way through on the grass.
Can go over the grass.
But unfortunately, that didn't quite work out, as the McLaren had a little bit of a moment with Milan Meyer into the second chicane. We go, decided to have a little go down the inside, as I think
hit
Milan.
How did we go and skate it there?
I think got hit by someone on the outside there, which caused a bit of a domino effect. Somehow we managed to not completely crash out there. But yeah, Monza usually is quite chaotic on the starts anyway, let alone when it's full wet, and half the grid is on the intermediates. Into Ascari we go, down the inside, and up to P5 we go. Istvan Pukki, one of the main rivals we have in this league, on the intermediates as well, and he had a phenomenal start, managed to get through all the chaos cleanly on the intermediates as well. So he had a great start, and as you can see through Parabolica, I had a lot of understeer, and that's because we did pick up a bit of front wing damage unfortunately in the opening lap there. I think in the second chicane when Milan got tapped, I think from
the 19 months.
I think from the rear, which then caused a domino effect, and unfortunately we broke our front wing there. So not the end of the world though, with how many safety cars there usually are in this league, as I had to back out of that move quickly. It's very tentative to go down the inside there when someone goes for a switchback, but yeah, we would have caused an incident there unfortunately. Into the second chicane we go, down the inside of Istvan, and I locked the race unfortunately and hit Istvan. That was completely my fault. Yeah, just missed our braking point a little bit. The front wing damage definitely didn't help as well, of course. Yeah, if we didn't have front wing damage yet, we definitely have it now. So out of the second Lesmo corner we go. We're gonna go on the attack on Istvan. Into Ascari we go. Even though we have front wing damage, we definitely have a lot more grip on these wets. And now next up is Dylan Warren in P2, who did do qualifying and is on the intermediates, and then the leader on the wets. So let's see if we can catch up some time here.
We do have a bit of front wing damage, but it's very minor.
And yeah, as you can hear me say there, we do have a bit of front wing damage.
We got it on the opening lap already, not from last lap.
It is only light green.
What happened?
I think
Danny's fun. Oh, Danny and Istvan's fun. I've been a bit clumsy so far, I'm not gonna lie. But I haven't done laps since Sunday and I was on a different rig, so
So yeah, as you can even say, I haven't done a lap since Sunday, and that was during F1 Esports in Sweden. This league race was on a Thursday, so spent a lot of my time traveling back and forth for different reasons. Anyway, we're gonna go on the attack on Dylan Warren now, down the inside into Parabolica, and as you can see there, we're purple, first and second sector, lock the rear a little bit, move the brake bias backwards to counter the understeer of the front wing damage. It is working, but it's hard to balance it out, of course, because you just have to be a little bit more careful with throw braking as the rear tends to snap away the second you turn in. Purple lap though, fast lap of the race. But to go back to my front wing damage, it's only light green. I think Frederick Rasmussen had light green front wing damage in F1 Esports, and he still does really well as well. So you do get away with it as we sort of purple last sector, but half a second.
I think we will have to box, to be honest. Though.
A half a second of the pace on that lap, and as you can maybe say, I think we have to box. My original plan was to maybe stay out until the slicks, but half a lap later you can see we stand no chance against the inters of Dylan Warren, and I felt like we were going to lose way more time than boxing for new inters and a new front wing. We are going to need a new front wing
as well,
especially in a 100% race, 53 laps of course, so we will easily make the time back, especially if a safety
we're
comes out.
overheating already there. We should have cleaner. We will come out quite a bit ahead of Danny still. Oh!
As my gearbox did not want to comply with my request there to go into gear. We come out and yeah, 7.4 second pit stop. We lost 5 seconds.
Danny's
of course.
really fast now as well. New tires will help a lot.
With that front wing change, otherwise it would have been 2.3s or 2.4 or maybe 2.5, I'm not sure how much it is, but new sets of intermediates and a little Star Wars song to go with it, and a new front wing, and as you can see that gives us a lot of grip, so we're gonna go on the attack on the Williams there. Timbo in the McLaren up next. And you're just about gonna see how much more grip we have, how much later we can break into Parabolica. Actually had to back out a little bit there, not to run into back of Timbo. And now we're gonna go on the attack for the cars ahead. The Aston and the McLaren, both on all their inters compared to us as well. And you're about to see how much later we can break because of it. Into turn 1, down the inside of the Aston, leaving him the space on the outside for the first corner, and he leaves us the space for the second one. A little bit of a sketchy moment there as the Alpine had some kind of incident, was going slowly, and we had to take a little bit of avoiding action. Into the second chicane we go, and you can see how much later we're braking. It's actually crazy. I think we're braking around 20 or 30 meters later there. Into Lesmo 1 we go, trying to find our way through. I was thinking about going for a move in Lesmo 2, but not an ideal place to go side by side, and the McLaren made a mistake anyway, so easy position there, and yeah, another 4 cars ahead of us before there's a big gap to the top 6 or 7, maybe 8. So let's try and clear those guys as fast as we can, and then see if we can catch the leading pack. It's always a bit hard to know how much longer it's gonna rain for. Sometimes it rains way longer than the prediction screen shows at the beginning. Sometimes it rains way shorter. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see how it pans out. Purple last sector there, and a little bit of slipstream into turn 1. We're gonna get down the inside of the Haas, but you can see that Haas still is trying to go for a move as well. We go for a beautiful little switchback, and up to P10 we go. Thank you very much. 2 in 1, and as you can see there, it has stopped raining as well. So slicks are coming soon, and that's not ideal for us. I was hoping that I was going to take much longer and that we're gonna have a bigger advantage of those new intermediates. But unfortunately, that did not happen, and yeah, starting on the wets was a bit useless now. So let's try and make up for all the lost time anyway. Usually there is going to be a safety car, so the field gets reset anyway. But nonetheless, we're going to keep pushing to the maximum. Anyway, purple middle sector, you can see there, as the Williams gets a little bit out of shape on the exit of Ascari there. And that gives us a nice bit of slipstream heading into Parabolica. And that's going to give us a good chance into turn 1 for sure. So, tuck in the slipstream here and use that to our advantage. But see, we have more exit speed anyway, and I think we actually might be a little bit on lower wings. I'm not sure. I think the Williams might have used a bit of ERS there, but down the inside we've got way more grip. We're gonna leave him the space. He's gonna leave us the space. Squeezes us a little bit on the exit, but we're gonna have more traction on this new set of tires. Another purple lap from us there. And we're going to drain the battery a little bit to make sure that Williams is not coming back at us into the second chicane.
Okay, I've got a brand new race strategy on your MFT if you want to go and check it out.
Just going to hear Jeff say there, a brand new little strategy for slicks. You can see actually the leader has already exited Ascari. DRS has been enabled, which should give us DRS right here. As you can see, that was actually perfect timing. Absolutely beautiful.
Danny, if you're listening to me, I think I will stay out.
As you can hear me say there, I might stay out. Usually me and Danny are in the same call, but Danny had a lot of PC issues and disconnected many times because of it. So we might be boxing, we might not be boxing. See, it's around the crossover, but unfortunately I have run into the back of Norby. And I'm desperately trying to keep it on track at the moment. But yeah, I just got caught off guard a lot by the difference in the braking point. Yeah, I just broke at my usual point, but Norby broke way earlier. Because he's on all the tires, of course. I think usually...
I mean, it might be that I just drove him flat out on the track, but I thought I broke early.
Usually, I think there's quite a bit of difference in braking points between drivers in this league anyway. So I just got caught off guard there. It wasn't the first time I did it as an Imola as well. It was completely my fault, unfortunately. I apologized straight away to Norby after the race. If you're watching this, Norby, I'm sorry. Let's hope that you still had a fun race nonetheless anyway. But yeah, I completely spun him around, completely my fault. I'm very much sorry. Back to the race we go now then. We have managed to overtake the Williams once again on a new set of mediums, and we're gonna go on the attack, try and break away from him, which is not easy around Monza with such long straights, so much slipstreaming. 2 DRS zones as well, of course, making it hard to break away from people that are within 1 second and are getting DRS. Now, lap 24, we're right behind Milan Meyer, and we're gonna go on the attack out of Lesmo 2 with the help of DRS, and then go on the attack on P6 as well. The Alpha Tauri or Alpine? I'm not sure. I think it's Alpine actually. It's always quite hard to see what's on my screen in the top left because the editing software is quite a small screen. So sorry if I get it wrong sometimes. It is the Alpine of B Dani, and we're gonna go up to P6, and Milan follows us into P7. Next up, the Red Bull, and then there's an even bigger gap in front of there. 10 seconds to P4 and P3, and then Ferraris are even further ahead. So looks like we're gonna need a safety car to bring us back into this race. And for the people who have watched the past few races, that does tend to happen quite often. Lap 31. You can see it's getting a little bit dark out here at the moment. And it looks like rain is coming again. Someone is retired from the session. And that is a safety car.
Safety car.
And yeah, with rain on its way, we are going to be boxing for a brand new set of intermediates. Even though it's not raining, by the time the safety car is going to come in, it is going to be raining hard. And time for intermediates. So
I'm boxing Danny, if you're watching.
Yeah, as you can hear me say, I am boxing Danny, and I reckon he will follow us in. Double stack, because he has quite a big gap behind him anyway. So he won't lose a position doing that. And as we go into the pits, you can see it has started drizzling. And yeah, that shows that boxing for the Inters is the right call. Out we go. No positions lost, no positions gained. We are still right behind the Red Bull. And now we can actually go on the attack to the Ferraris, bring on the fight, and see if we can still win this race. Lap 34 now, and as you can see, it is fully wet. Intermediates and the safety cars coming in. Early restart from the Ferrari boys up ahead. Islam Cook actually in P4. I'm not sure how he dropped that many places. It might be because of the double stack. I'm not sure. But we go racing once again. And we've got Benz Illes that was in the Red Bull. And need to try and get past him as soon as possible. So the Ferraris and Ben Sabo can't pull off into the distance. And try to go for a little switchback out of the first chicane. Didn't really nail the apex, to be honest, out of turn 2. So we're gonna have to do it on straight line speed. Into the second chicane we go. And I think Benz didn't really fight that too hard. And probably let us go a little bit as Zoltan and Isvan are going side by side to the second chicane. I decided to have a little go into Lesmo 1, but yeah, that was never gonna work. 3 wide into Lesmo 1. Decided to back out of that one and live to fight another day or something to like that. Fight to live another day, I don't know. Back we go on the racing. This is my third commentary of the day. So I'm a little bit cooked, not gonna lie. Into Ascari we go, and up to P4 we go. Isvan Pukki up next, and as you can see, we're gonna get a beautiful little slipstream down into Parabolica. We're gonna turn on the overtake button, move up into P3, and now next up we've got Ben Sabo. Now these guys ahead of me and Isvan Pukki are all F1 esports level, so not gonna be easy to pass them, especially in intermediate conditions. It is near impossible to pass people in wet conditions on the F1 game when the skill gap is so close, or the skill level is so close. If you got a 1/10 or a 2/10 or even a 3/10 advantage, it's still really hard to overtake people in the wet on F1 games. But it is Monza, and usually we are quite good in the rain, so let's see if we can make that happen. Unfortunately, we've gone straight on in the chicane, and been given a 3-second time penalty just to give ourselves a little bit more of a challenge, you know?
Lost 3 tenths and got a penalty.
So, yeah, that's no ideal. Unfortunately, for the people who have watched Ironman League races before, in-game penalties do not get removed. So yeah, we are gonna have to take the lead and then also pull off into the distance and create a 3-second gap, and that's against basically F1 esports level drivers. So let's go for it then. On the attack on Ben Sabo, we're gonna pull out of the slipstream, go around the outside into turn 1, brake as late as we can, and as you can see there, we're gonna make the corner as well to put the cherry on top of the cake or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm terrible with English sayings, by the way. I always get it wrong. Maybe I got it right. I don't know. Let me know if I got it right. Lap 43. You can see we've closed the gap a little bit to Dylan Warren and recharged our batteries. So big gains for us there. 10 laps to go to and get past Dylan Warren and create a 3-second gap. And yeah, quite the challenge against Dylan Warren. And as you can see, he's actually invited us for a little attack there. As he had a big moment into turn 1. We're gonna get a big slipstream into the second chicane. We're gonna turn on the overtake button, have a lot of slipstream into the second chicane. We're gonna go for it around the outside into the second chicane. A little bit of a fake to put him off. He gets a big slide and we're gonna go around the outside in the right-hander and move up into the lead. And now we've got 9.5 laps remaining.
And now I need to find 2.5 seconds.
Create a 2.5 second gap on top of what we have currently. And as you can see, actually, it has started to dry up. But unfortunately...
Oh, I think my game has crashed. Unlucky.
Yeah. PC issues has striked us today as well, unfortunately. Just like Danny had...
Is anyone here? Oh my god. I think I got a blue screen. Ah, this wheel is hard!
So, yeah. No ideal. Stream died, game died, PC died. And it took me like a good 5 minutes before I got the F1 game started up again. And yeah, no ideal. But I did manage to rejoin eventually with 2.5 laps to go. And yeah, as long as I can finish a race, I will always try to. 1 point is better than 0. And I'm trying to even get a few more here. 6 points on the table here if we manage to get P7. We've got B Danny and Benz Elis ahead of us. And I think my AI car boxed quite late onto slicks. So we should have fresher tires here. You can see how much more grip we have through Lesmo 1. We don't have a lot of ERS, but we're gonna get DRS here on B Danny, who's gonna get DRS from Benz Elis. So we're gonna put on the DRS, turn on the overtake button into a Skyrim. We're gonna go. We're gonna brake as late as we can around the outside of 2 cars and up into 7th place we go. And we're still gonna snatch away 6 points here after a very frustrating disconnect from the race. We still managed to grab 6 points, which is better than 0, of course. And yeah, something we don't talk about enough, by the way, is how amazing it is that if you disconnect, that your car keeps driving around. Even though it's on a slow pace, it means you can join back into a race after it basically ended. A lot of games, I don't think there's any games or sim games that have got this. If you disconnect an iRacing or R-Factor 2 or Assetto Corsa, it's usually game over. And it's amazing that you can, you know, disconnect. Of course, you get put back 10 seconds or 20 seconds in our case. At least you can keep racing and come back. So I absolutely love that future, and it's been there for ages, but it's not something I really thought about until today. But yeah, hope you guys agree as well with me. If not, then tell me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this league race. Once again, this was my 3rd video that I did a voiceover for today, so I'm absolutely cooked. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I didn't make too many mistakes. See you guys next time. Ciao.